Eastern time. BTC 67.64 on the BLX chart, but just about 66.50 on the regular chart on Bitstamp and Bybit, right? So in today's content, we're gonna start off with the macro scale, and as we've been anticipating all these prices like over the last 3-6 months, stuff like that. Most people have been looking for BTC to pump like to 14k, 16k, and most of us been like some moon boys. But as you know, I'm a doom boy as long as basically we making some bearish pattern. But it is not basically the our today's content. We're just gonna focus on not to be panicking about like BTC selling off, because I'm gonna show you like on a macro scale, right? It is very important. Like over the last, let's start with the 3-month chart, right? So the 3-month chart. So that's why sometimes, guys, most of us have to basically zoom out and basically take a look at the big picture. If you've been bullish over the last 9 months, okay, it's been 9 months, guys. That's how incredible it is. BTC been dropping for 9 straight months, right? And people have still been looking for BTC to go to 14k. You see how dumb it is, right? So you can see since like a 14k, guys, people have been saying we're gonna go to a 14k, 16k, 20k for 9 straight months, okay? And guess what? We dropped over 10,000 points since like a June. People still don't realize how, don't realize the magnitude of this drop, okay? So I've been saying we're gonna be dropping down to a 4k, 5k, 4k over the last 3 to 4 months. Now we get it, but you can see like the market is turning very bearish regarding the death cross we're getting over the we already got, okay? So we're gonna drop, of course, but it is not time to be panicking. If they told you buy over the last 9 months, and then we've been dropping every single month is red, okay? I mean, not every single month, but every quarter been red over the last nine months, right? So now they're telling you sell. It is not time to sell. It is time to accumulate BTCs, because the next move to the upside, guys, it is going to be extremely volatile. It is going to be very quick. It is going to be so explosive, and most of you guys, once again, you're going to be buying the top. So like we said, just about this quarterly candle, right? We spotted the bottom formation just like a January, okay? Back in January 2019, we said BTC is extremely bullish, and the bottom in, right? The bottom was in, right? And most people have been looking for what? 24, 1800, 1000, and so on, right? We've been looking for like a 10k, and as soon as we hit 7k, we've been saying like BTC gonna hit like a 11 to 12k. But you can see most moon boy is gonna tell you buy the tap, right? So you can get wrecked, and then when it's time to accumulate, they're gonna tell you sell. It is not time to sell. It is not time to be panicking, okay? The macro scale is about to turn bullish. We're not gonna be dropping forever. As you can see, that's the first time, okay, in Bitcoin history, right? You can see that we got 3, okay, quarter, not the first time, but second time. So that's the 3 quarters, okay? That's 3 quarters. We basically got like 3 red quarters, okay? You can see back in basically 2014, right? Started like a July, okay, July all the way down to like January 2015. We've been dropping. So we replicated basically the same structure as basically 2014, but still it doesn't mean it is going to be a bull run, but we're going to get a nice uptrend, very explosive, very volatile, very juicy, very moony, and it's going to be way up there, okay? So be ready. It's not time to sell your BTC. It's time to accumulate your BTC. It's time to put it in the ledger. It's not time to leverage it. It's not time to basically put your BTC in, into these exchanges and lose it, okay? So keep that in mind. Do not get wrecked, okay? I explained it multiple times, guys. I said it multiple times, right? Back in November, December, okay? Best time to buy BTC going to be spring, okay? Spring 2020 all the way down to like maybe April, May, stuff like that, right? You got to be able to accumulate. It doesn't have anything to do with the with the halving. I don't care about the halving. I don't care about stimulus bill. I don't care about like I don't care about $1,200 checks and all of that good stuff. Everything is in the chart, okay? You just got to be able to be patient, right? Be patient and put those buy orders and wait. Don't get wrecked, because you know, most moon boys, they make money off of you guys because you guys get wrecked. They get 30% of your you know, your liquidation fees, right? So be careful, don't get wrecked, right? Don't get wrecked. So let me take a look at the chat room before I dive into the analysis. I just wanted to say that, you know, clearly, so you guys be ready for the next uptrend, right? Otherwise, most of you guys are going to be panicking with the death cross. Don't worry about the death cross. It's going to be okay. I'm a doom boy, but we're going to be okay. All right, we're going to be okay. It's going to sell off, but it's going to pick up very quickly. All right, so ensure to buy the dip. Okay, not financial advice, but you know. So keep that in mind. 9 months we've been dropping. Okay, they've been saying buy, buy, buy. We're never gonna see these prices again for 9 straight months. Can you imagine how dumb it is, right? To say buy, buy for 9 straight months, and after we retest like some key areas, you're gonna be like, we're gonna drop 60%, we're gonna drop 80%, and so on, right? And make yourself look very stupid, right? Because we're gonna reverse very soon, right? We're gonna reverse very soon. So let's take a look at the monthly time frame. So the monthly time frame, we could possibly retest our, you know, basically, you know, 100 EMA on a monthly basis. If you take a look at it on the BLX chart, it is just about like a 3100, okay, 31 to 3200 range. Can we spike down below you know, 3200? Yes, absolutely, we can spike down. I just made a short video explaining to you guys why we could basically retest like a, you know, 32 to 28, but it is not guaranteed we could retest it because we could move sideways. That's one of the reasons it is very important to pay clear attention to the macro scale. We might move sideways for like for a very long time and let this you know, monthly 100 EMA to catch up. So that's why I'm saying, like, you just have to ladder your position, not wait. You know, if you're just waiting for the same exact number, you might not get it right now. You might get it like within the next few weeks or so on, right? So I don't think like BC gonna give us like 5 quarters, you know, like of you know, bearish momentum. At least for the next few months, we're gonna get a very good 3 month where we're gonna be market gonna be very bullish, and we're gonna be basically collecting our, you know, our gains, you know, over 10K and so on, right? So hey, what's up, Camel, T-bag, I just say T-bag. So let's keep that in mind. So we could spike down. I'm not just sure like when we're gonna get this spike to the downside, like a 31 to a 28 range, but it could be a very rapid move, right? Let's take a look at on the 3 month chart. Nobody talked about the 3 month chart, right? A few weeks back, I told you guys when the 3 month chart was extremely tight like this. I told you guys in terms of volume, we're gonna get a very big volume, and then we're gonna get a very spike, a very volatile move. Okay, so and you can see it basically was like a 10-5, and I showed you like the 3 month chart why we're gonna get a very volatile move and volume gonna spike to the upside. So let's take a look at it on Bitstamp. It looks better on Bitstamp. So, and you can see the volume is not even that much on the 3 month chart, right? Even though we got a very big volume on the weekly basis, right? But on the weekly and basically monthly basis, the 3 month chart still like calling for another spike. So let's see if like we're going to be able to get that spike to the downside again, or you know, accumulate sideways within 42 to 55 before another leg up, right? So but you can see, you know, volume is not still that incredible, even though we got a very big spike in volume on the lower degree. We still not you know, we're still not comfortable yet with the volume, okay, at least on Bitstamp, right? But on Binance we're looking good. On you know, on Coinbase we're also looking good in terms of volume, right? So let's check it on Coinbase. Yep, Coinbase volume still you know, still not that high, like in, you know, when you take a look at it on the 3 month chart, right? So we just gotta pay clear attention. The next move gonna be very volatile, because at some point, right guys, we're gonna break this trend line. Okay, we're gonna break this trend line, and then it's gonna be very, very volatile. So you want to make sure, right, you're gonna be on the right side, because you know, if you're on the wrong side, let's say you're shorting BTC just by this area, and then they're going to show you as this move going to be a descending triangle, right? I'm going to tell you why it is very important for BTC even to break 3K. It's going to be bullish for BTC to break 3K, because we're going to avoid this you know, we're going to avoid the descending triangle, because if we just get a support at 3K, we're going to make a descending triangle, and that's very, very bearish, right? So let's say we get a support at 3K and then push back up, it's going to look very bad. Okay, but if, okay, on the macro scale, if we get this move, right, on the macro scale, if we get this move, right, okay, on the macro scale, we can try to get this move. That's better, right, than try to get a descending triangle. So you see the difference. So if we get this move, it means it is going to be a falling wedge. Okay guys, we can get this move and even break this area and then basically go to the moon and so on, right? But if, okay, if we just get a support at 3K, that's gonna look bad. Okay, it is gonna look very, very, very bad. So our best bet is like not to try to be get a support at 3K. Let it drop all the way down to like a 28 to 2500 range, even down to 2K. It really doesn't matter. We just want to break this support up at 3K, so we change the structure to a bullish pattern, right? So it matters a lot. Okay, it matters a lot what type of a structure we're going to be making within the next few weeks, right? Hey, what's up, Mitch? Thanks a lot for tuning in, right? So let's keep that in mind, guys. So let's take a look at it on the lower degree. Now we talk about the 3 month, we talk about the monthly time frame. So let's take a look at BTC on the weekly basis. So when you take a look at BTC on the weekly basis, now we're moving back above the 200 MA. It is okay, but I really don't care about the 200 MA right now. We already broke it, and we're most likely going to retest it, right? So, and I really don't care about this 200 smooth moving average. We already talked about it, and we said it, right, when BTC was like almost 10K. Let's pay attention like to our 200 smooth moving average, this white line, not the 200 moving average, but the smooth moving average. I showed you the difference multiple times, right? And when it was like a 4200, I was like, guys, we're going to retest 4200. So pay clear attention and do not buy BTC at 10.5. Okay, do not buy BTC above 10.5. I said it multiple times, but most people are saying like, no one saw this coming. Okay, you must be a fool not to see this coming. Okay, not to see it coming, because we talked about it, like, guys, so many times, and most people have been saying, oh, we're going to the moon, 14K, 16K, we're never going to see these prices again, right? So now we're seeing it, right? So we don't need this move, we don't need the smooth moving average anymore. So the weekly basis, the most probable scenario, even if we pump a little bit higher, it is like a drop. So we most likely going to retest, okay, you know, we most likely going to retest this area of just about like a 45 and below within the next few weeks. Okay, it could be like next week or so, right? So let's take a look at the daily. The daily time frame, we're struggling above the 21 EMA, and that's the first time actually we're retesting, basically not retesting, but we're trying to close above the 21 EMA on the daily. Okay, so I said it previously, the 21 EMA, okay, whenever we're making a bottom formation, it's going to give us a tough time. Okay, it's going to give us a tough time. I said it last week, right? It's giving us a tough time right now. So what do you expect? We're just expecting a drop. You just have to expect a drop. Okay, so we're expecting this drop. Can it push a little higher? Absolutely, it can push a little higher, but the thing is, I do not want to chase like a 200-300 points when I can catch like almost like a 3,000 point, right? A possible or almost possible 3,000 point. So best thing to do is like just be patient, right? And then you know, we're gonna look for a buy orders within this range, okay, of you know, low 4K and so on, right? So in terms of Elliott wave, I showed you multiple times, right? This structure alone, right? Not moving averages, not time frame, none of that good stuff, right? In terms of Elliott wave, we said we got a WXY correction, we got this WX and Y correction. You could call this one You could make this a flat if you want, right? I like to make it a flat. It just gives me a better view. You don't have to, but when I get this you know, expanded flat, you know, it gives me a better perspective to understand the market better, right? And we said we got this move, right? So we were expecting this move from 10.5 all the way down to 42. No one was calling this move, right? Only Send Crypto. Okay, you can go and check any of the maybe 99% of the you know, the analysts, right, in the crypto space. No one was calling for 42, okay, over the last 3 months, okay, especially after we broke 10.5. You can go and check any of these YouTubers, right? Everybody was calling for 14k, 16k. The halving basically gonna be, you know, basically gonna be pumping to 100k. I was like, guys, don't fall for that nonsense. The halving basically gonna get cut half. That's what I told you guys, and we did that. We actually dropped like 75%. So so let's keep that in mind, guys. The macro scale is very important. Understanding basically your wave analysis is also very important, because if you don't understand wave analysis, you're gonna be like, oh, we're making some higher low. Okay, you're gonna be like high low, blah blah blah. Okay, and then they're gonna tell you we got a head and shoulder, all that nonsense. They're gonna tell you we got a head and shoulder, and then we're gonna be making a cup and handle, head and shoulder, break it, push to the upside. And you go tell me now who's showing you this head and shoulder? No one is talking about it. I never talk about it because I know what was going on. I knew what was going on. I was anticipating a very big drop, and I told you guys, be cautious. Yes, on the lower degree you might be expecting like BC to do this, stuff like this, right? Stuff like that, but eventually, you know, it's going to give us a very big move. You know, we knew it is going to give us a very big move, and it's going to give us another big move very shortly. But do not be too bearish. We're just looking for it because we know it is part of the structure. It's okay. It dropped 3,000 points. It's not going to be a big deal. Don't panic. Buy the dip and then look for this move to the upside. Buy the top, sell the bottom. Hey guys, so make sure to hit the likes and subscribe and join our public Telegram group. If you want to upgrade, okay, to my premium member, you can upgrade to my premium member. I just don't have time to show you all the good stuff, or you know, I've been anticipating in my premium group when I was telling my guys do not buy at 10.5. Okay, we're going to be buying between 55 to 40 to 100 range, when the rest of the market was calling 14 to 20k. We've been calling for the, you know, these low, very low numbers, and I got all those charts and all those basically target and stuff like that, right? So make sure to join our public Telegram group. And if you've been following our channel also, you know, we've been very bearish over the last you know, 3 to 4 months. You know, as soon as we dropped below 8.8, we were like, that's it, guys. That was like right there. Okay, we started to call for these low numbers and all these good stuff. We called every single move. We anticipated it, you know, on a macro scale. Okay, on a macro scale, we've been anticipating all these moves, right? So I'm not very surprised if BSC dropped down to 2k. Even I'm not gonna surprise, because the market is okay, right? The market gonna be okay. So don't buy the top, guys. Don't buy the top, right? So in terms of wave analysis, once again, just gonna repeat it so you guys can basically avoid buying the top, right? Because I know most of you guys pretty much some moon boys, right? So you can see we call for this W, X, and Y correction, right? Call for this W, X, Y correction, and just in terms of Elliott wave perspective, right? We could say, okay, this Y correction could be a 3-wave move, okay, and this could be the 3-wave move we could be anticipating. It could be it could make a lower, you know, it could make a lower low, right? Or it could even like expand all the way down to like a 28. That's why I'm just being very cautious, okay, being very cautious. And at the same time, this move could also be another flat, okay? It could retest like a 39, pump back up above like a 63 to like even 7k, and then drop back down. Yeah, I mean, you see like what I'm saying, right? We can make this flat correction just like the one we made right there. Okay, so you just gotta be able to understand what's going on and be ready. It doesn't matter how busy you're gonna do it, you just want to be ready, because you got multiple wave analysis, you got multiple like strategies, not just like a sit tight, relax, and saying like, oh, we're going to the moon, right? So remember, guys, I'm gonna repeat it once again, right? So the structure we got right now, okay, this entire structure gonna be a three-way move. Okay, it could be a three-way move, but this B wave, okay, the B wave is very important, right? Whenever you're dropping, you got your A, and then you got your B, and then you got your C. But your B wave can be any type of a structure. It can be it can even be let's say, it can be a triangle. You can get a triangle, but I don't think we're gonna get a triangle, right? But we could, okay, we could get a triangle like this, right? For the B wave, we could get a triangle like this and then drop. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? So we're not sure what type of structure we could get. We also could get a we could get also a flat, right? We could get a flat within this range. Okay, you can see we can get a flat correction within this range. So we don't know which one we're gonna get, so you just have to be very cautious. Just like I showed you within this range, you can see the flat we got within this range, right? This one, okay, right there. We can make it again like this, okay, within this range. We can make this move. I'm not saying we will, but I'm ready for. Okay, so if like we get a strong support right there and get a very impulse move, like your C wave most of the time is very impulse, right? If we get a very impulse move, kind of a little choppy but impulse, right, we can anticipate this move and then drop, right? And I'm very familiar with these moves. Why I'm familiar with it? Because I nailed it. Okay, we nailed this one, right, and we nailed this one, right? So if we're gonna get another one, we just have to be ready for it, right? You can see like back in just about August, right, and September, we nailed both of these. Okay, so what is the likelihood we're gonna nail we're gonna basically nail the next one? Very, very high. Okay, very, very high. So the probability of us basically spotting the next top formation is very, very high. So if we drop down, once again, do not be too bearish. That's what I'm saying. If we drop below 4K, you just have to buy, because we got multiple setups. We can be pumping, we can pump back up to 7K from like a low 3K up to like a 7K, and then drop down to basically a 2K or so on. So the structure gonna be very, very choppy, could be very choppy. So you just have to be very patient and not to worry about like you know, BC pumping like 200 points or BC pumping like you know, 100 points or stuff like that. Right now it is time to focus on the big moves like a 2,000 points, 3,000 points, instead of try to focus on like a, you know, 50 points, 200 points and all that nonsense, right? Not nonsense, but good stuff. Hey, what's up, SQUI? Hey, what's up? Okay, good morning, Casper. Moon boys only when you tell us. We're gonna be some moon boys, guys. Don't worry. Like we're gonna be some moon boys, and we're gonna sell the top. We're gonna short the top and buy the bottom. So you know, if you go and watch any of my basically updates, guys, you know we've been very, very consistent in terms of like spotting the top. Okay, we haven't missed any top, to be honest with you guys. 14K we called it. 10.9 we called it twice. 13K we called it. You know, 12K we called it. 10.5 we called it. 10.5 we called it, and now we're calling for another top. So if I give you guys 6 top formation, and that's the 7th top formation I'm giving you again, right? What are you gonna say? Are you gonna be saying like, oh, what is the probability of me being wrong? Okay, it's very slim. Okay, very slim. I'm not saying it cannot pump, but I really don't care if it pumps like a 7K or 75, right? It's okay. I'm not worried about like a 200 points. I'm looking for this move. We can still short it higher, right? So we've been very consistent, guys. When people telling you like we're going to the moon, going to the moon, going to the moon, 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 and moon, we've been saying what? We've been doing this, guys. We've been doing this. We've been doing this. And we've been right for over the last 9 months, right? So, hey, what's up, LinkedIn? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Hey, guys, make sure to hit the notification. So, basically, you know, if, you know, I upload a video, you guys can watch it very quickly and stuff like that, right? So, let me check the chat room. If you guys don't have any question, I'm going to talk about Ethereum, and I'm going to talk about basically Ripple XRP, and then basically Litecoin, maybe Bitcoin Cash, and so on. And we're going to call it a day, right? So let's take a look at Ethereum. Excuse me 1 second. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Oh, this is dumping. Oh, it's dumping. It's dumping. 65.40. No, it's not dumping. It'll be all right, man. So yeah. Like last night in my premium group, we went for like a 3 hours live stream, like because I know most people have been panicking and stuff like that, right? So I just told them, guys, all we have to do is just put a stop loss, and the market can only do 2 things, right? It either can hit your stop loss, right, and you know how much you're gonna lose because you already put your stop loss, right, and you know how much you're gonna gain if it, you know, if like it's dumping, guys. If like basically your if like basically your target get hit, right? So basically it's no need to panic. I can you know, I was like a 3 hours live stream, guys, because we entered a short like just about 60, averaging 64, right? And then we said you know, it's not gonna pump and all that good stuff, right? So I was talking to Satoshi. So he actually, Satoshi is a girl, right? So she actually called yesterday and said, oh, be ready, man, because we're gonna dump it. Boom shaka waka. So don't get too excited, guys. It's just Friday, so you know, don't get too excited. Don't panic. The worst thing to do is like panicking when BTC is like very volatile. You just gotta put your strategy, sit tight, don't worry, okay? Like, you know what you're doing. You know, we've been analyzing the market over the last 12 months, guys. We know exactly how BTC behave. That's why I never panic, okay? Yes, I don't want to lose money, but I don't panic. Like, I put my stop loss, you know. It's been like I've been on the same position, guys, over the last been shorting since 75, right? So been keep shorting as you go up, right? But I've been shorting since like 75, right? So, and you can see all I did is just put a stop loss, take profit, add back to my short, right? Don't do anything crazy, right? So do not get too excited, right? Don't get too excited. Understand what's going on, and basically follow your thought process, and your strategy, your methodology, your moving averages, your timing, and all that good stuff, right? Yes, I'm not sure if Satoshi is a girl. I'm just trying to girlify Satoshi, right? So I'm just trying to say, like, Craig Wright is not Satoshi. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, he forgot his wig. So yeah, Casper been panicking all day yesterday, right? Casper and Jeff. So basically, in terms of wave analysis, I just explained to you guys even before the drop, right? You can see this is live, and I was telling you, okay, why we need why we need to be very cautious, right? But at the same time, don't get too excited, right? Stay calm, and still have your stop loss. Do not get too excited, because we're still below like a 236, above 236, right? 236 is just about like 6100. So even if we drop down, okay, we can get a support at 6100 and pump back up before continuing the downtrend. So don't get too excited, right? Until basically we break like 236 and basically break like a 382, which is just about 55, I wouldn't be too excited, right? I wouldn't be too excited. So Binance is down 8% over the last few hours. So let's take a look at it on the lower degree, 12 hour. Whoa, 12 hours is starting to be engulfing, right? So, and my guys, I kind of explained to them last night, this structure we got right there. That's the same structure we got at where 9200, right? 9200. And I explained to you guys even before the drop. Okay, you can go and check my YouTube right before the drop. This drop, I showed you. Okay, I told you guys that's the same structure we got right there. Okay, I showed you this structure is just the inverse of this structure. So you can go check my channel, check it like on the I think it was the 7th, right? I said like this is gonna make a very impulsive move to the downside very shortly if you invert your chart. Okay, if you invert your chart, you can see the two structures are pretty much the same thing. These two structures. Okay, that's exactly, guys, exactly that's what we said. Okay, on the 7th, right? On the 7th, 6th, 7th, we told you guys be ready for the next impulse move to the downside, and we got it, right? So nobody calls the market like Send Crypto, and you go tell me somebody who's going to be calling the market like Send Crypto, and show me over the last 12 months. Okay, over the last 12 months, somebody who's been calling the market like Send Crypto. Okay, just show me. Okay, nobody calling the market like Send Crypto accurately. Okay, not just like, oh, we're gonna retest like 6K and we'll retest 6K. Not those type of call, like a, 5,000 point move, 4,000 point move, stuff like that. So so don't get too excited. 12 hour 21 EMA supporting the price. We broke the 6 hour 21 EMA, was like a major. You guys know I love the 6 hour, okay, the 21 EMA and 100 EMA. So that's a good deal right there. So you just have to be cautious, right? Just leave your stop loss right there, right? If you put your stop loss above 7K, just leave it there. Don't get involved with this nonsense, right? Because it can do this, kick you out and still drop down. So I would still like to leave my stop loss above 7K. This is supposed to be a premium premium live stream, not public live stream. So guys, if you're new to the content, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and basically join the public Telegram group if you want to upgrade to our Hey, thanks a lot, Andy. So from now on, guys, I'm gonna be giving you like a not too much updates, because most of you guys don't, basically when I give you too much updates, most of you guys don't remember, right? So I try to give you now, maybe maximum 3 to 4 updates a week, so you guys can remember what I'll be telling you. Because what I'm telling you guys, it's not about like 200 points, 300 points. I'm giving you like a macro picture, right? So if I give you too much information, most of you guys don't get it. Okay, don't understand what I'll be trying to tell you, right? When I say basically gonna drop, from 10K, 10.5 all the way down to 42, most of you guys didn't believe it, bro. But if I basically kind of summarize it and give you guys like a short updates, most of you guys not gonna be some moon boys anymore. So it is selling off. Let's see, we got 10 minutes like before the daily candle starts. So we got the same structure, guys. Whenever you're 21 and 100 EMA basically squeezing like this, you just gotta be careful. You're gonna get a big move, but sometimes the hardest thing to basically do is like to know which way it is gonna go. But you're gonna get a big move, right? So that's where you need like experience. You need like group trading. You need like somebody to change idea with, and stuff like that, and discuss like what is a possibility of the move to be to the upside or to the downside, right? And I took my time over the last few days and say like we're gonna be dropping. Okay, hey, what's up, Wonder Boy? Thanks a lot, Wonder Boy. So we don't give you guys targets based on like yes, I give targets like 400 points, 500 points, stuff like that in my group, but when I'm giving like a macro picture, I don't give you like a 200 points target. I'll give you like the big moves. Okay, if you understand Elliott waves, you can easily catch the big move, especially in this volatile market, right? Especially in this volatile market, you don't need to basically look for like a small moves, right? So just be cautious. It's dropping, right? But be cautious. Still have your stop loss. If you want to lower your stop loss at entry, you can do so, right? But if you do not basically like remove your stop loss and be very confident, because like I said, okay, this is still a three-way move. This is still a three-way move. We can still get this move. Okay, it is part of the structure. Get this and still drop. You see what I'm saying? So I would not be. This is still going to be a five-way structure. You guys cannot see it because most of you guys not familiar with Elliott wave analysis. But it is also a possible five-way structure, right? So this move, you can get this flat and get this move before the drop, right? So I don't use Bollinger Band, right? Because it's too complicated. Not complicated, but it's I try to stay just try to use as little indicators as possible, and try to be good at them instead of like understanding like 20 indicators, 30 indicators, and you don't know how to use any of them, right? But if I try to stay with my MACD, RSI, and my two moving averages, right? 21 and 100. I mean 21 and 100 EMA. Yes, I use the 200 EMA and stuff like that, but that's for the macro scale, right? So let's take a look at the Bollinger Band, right? Bollinger Band. I don't even know how to spell it. On the 4 hour, yeah, it is tight. So you see, I wasn't even paying attention to it, but I was telling you like on the 6 hour, you can see your 21 EMA and your basically 100 EMA squeezing the price. That's very volatile. It's going to create a lot of volatility. And yes, your Bollinger Band is basically showing you it is time to get ready for some volatility, right? So but you can see like the Bollinger Band wasn't going to tell you like we're going to drop in this area, but even though we've been anticipating a drop, you can see your Bollinger Band wouldn't let you sell in this area. Okay, so I think the Bollinger Band is a good indicator, but I don't want to spend too much time analyzing it, because it's gonna be pending a neck for me. It's gonna be pending a neck for me. Yep, that's very bearish on the 6 hour time frame. That's a sell-off. You can see like on top of the screen, that's a sell-off. I was telling you 6 hour time frame is very important, right? I've been saying over the last few days, if you've been watching, I said like a 6 hour selling pressure, not 4 hour, not 12 hours, but your 6 hour time frame. If you can basically manage a strong sell pressure below your 21 EMA, and on top of that you got a good squeezing within this range, that's going to be a very strong sell-off. But if like the next 6 hours also we push back up and close above the 6 hour, it could be bullish. Okay, it could be bullish, and it could give us a wave number 5 we basically also talk about right there. Okay, this wave number 5, right? So but I've been anticipating this to be a truncated, right, 5th wave. That's one of the reasons I was saying like we're gonna be dropping also. But either way you look at it, it's not about like how high we're gonna go, because we know we're not gonna go that high. So we're just trying to figure out how low we're gonna be taking our profit, right? So Hey, what's up, Mike? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. What's up, Trader 11? Man, you're looking at this. Let's see. 0.618 going to be just about 48, 5K. You must be using the Moon Boy scale. Let's see. The Moon Boy scale is at 5K, yeah. So it possibly could retrace down. I'm looking for way below 5K, right? So the market is bearish. So the hardest thing, like I said, it is basically to sit tight, relax, and wait for your target. It's not about like how long it's gonna take to drop. It's just like, you know, it's just like, do you have the, you know, the right knowledge to call for the right, to make the right call. That's all it is. Not like just drawing lines. All of us can draw lines, right? Can I draw this line, right? Yes, I can do this, right? But most of the time I don't do it until, you know, I can do this, right? And tell you guys we're gonna drop. Okay, I could have done that. I could have done it like long time ago right there and say we're gonna drop, right? You see what I'm saying? We did drop, but we did pump. So if you don't understand what's going on, you're gonna be very confused with your lines, right? So I meant to do it a short live stream, but this is dumping. Let's take a look at King XRP. So for King XRP, we told you long time ago, guys, over a month ago, like 3 months ago, accumulate XRP at 13 cents. Okay, so we said it 13 cents, guys, 13.3. So can it drop low? Absolutely, it can drop low. But if you can buy at 13 cents, you're most likely going to be safe, right, for the next run up. Of course, not financial advice, right? So XRP gonna suffer a lot if like BTC gonna be dropping down to a 5K, right? So that's XRP 6-hour time frame. No, let's see, it is not looking good at all. So if you pretty much very if you've been buying the top right there, you're gonna be okay if you spot buying. But if you're leveraging, you're most likely gonna be out as soon as we retest like the 21 EMA, just about like 16 cents. You're most likely gonna get stopped out or get liquidated, right? For XRP, I would not leveraging more than 2x. If you're leveraging XRP, it can pump very fast, so I would not be doing it more than 2x, right? Right, what's up, Trader 11? I don't understand what you're saying regarding to get 2800. Excuse me, I don't have the corona, guys, so I'm just coughing. So to get 2800, it would be a FIP extension from 10K. I don't know what you're saying. So XRP is not looking good, guys. So it's not looking good. So I'm just gonna do a moon boy analysis for XRP. You got your trend line. You don't need to do any WXY correction, but it is a clear WXY correction, right? So you could look for this as your W. You got your X, and then you got your Y correction, and then you're gonna get this move down, right? So it can retest the low before pushing back up, or even can break the low before pushing back up. So it's very accumulative, okay? Very accumulative. So let's take a look at Ethereum. So actually, let's take a look at Ethereum BTC, because Ethereum BTC can give you more, can give you a better information, right, than Ethereum USD. Just like what we said about Ethereum, when Ethereum was giving us a descending triangle, what we said Ethereum gonna drop, okay? So when I try to explain to you guys why BTC need to break 3K, you see the reason, right? We don't want to make a descending triangle, because if we get a support at 3K, we doomed, okay? we're gonna, yes, we're gonna pump, right? We can pump back up to like a 9, okay, 10K and so on, right? But okay, if we get a support at 3K, pump back up to like a 7 or 9K and drop down, we're most likely gonna break 3K, and we're gonna be breaking that descending triangle and drop all the way down to $1,000 or like a, you know, even $500, right? So we do not want to form a descending triangle. Okay, let's just drop below 3K. That's going to be better, right? So as you can see, Ethereum, we talked about this descending triangle before the drop. Okay, the same time we've been talking about BTC dropping when BTC was 9K. Ethereum was you know, just about like a 250, 240. We said like Ethereum most likely going to drop very bad. Okay, it's going to drop badly. Okay, it's going to make a very aggressive move to the downside, and that's what it did exactly, right? So we're looking for Ethereum to reverse very soon, but let's see. Okay, Ethereum BTC is contracting. It's contracting. So so Ethereum is going to be a good buy very soon. Okay, after the next drop, it would be better, guys, to hold some Ethereum than hold some BTC, because we're gonna be it's gonna be moving very fast. Okay, I'm not saying we're never gonna see these prices again, right? But temporarily, it is gonna move very fast when BTC is pushing back up. So okay, Ethereum BTC is looking good. Okay, so it is looking good. We're not yet at 0.786 or double bottom. 0.786 going to be like a 0.019, right? BTC. So from current price all the way down to 0.019 going to be a good accumulation, right? Or even double bottom, right? So let's see if it is selling off. Oh, look at this boy. Oh gosh, look at it. Look at my BTC, man. Okay, and do not fall, guys. Do not fall for it. All right, I'm telling you, they've been telling you we're gonna be going to the moon over the last 9 months. So do not fall for like, oh, we told you it's gonna drop 50% or all that nonsense, right? Don't fall for it. They told you, okay, all the moon boys, they told you we're gonna be pumping the last 9 months. They told you we're gonna be going to 16K. So do not wait till we hit the bottom, and of course the bottom you're gonna have to capitulate, right? So they're gonna, oh, look at it, now we called for this drop, we're gonna be now going to the moon and all that nonsense, right? Don't fall for it, because the narrative was like BTC gonna be pumping because the halving. I told you, don't fall for it. They say BTC gonna pump because of backed. I told you, don't fall for it. We're gonna dump. Okay, that BTC was 10K. They said Fidelity gonna pump BTC. I told you, don't fall for it. They came up with the stimulus. They say, oh, every single American gonna get $1,200 and they're gonna buy some BTC. I told you, don't fall for it. BTC gonna dump, right? So do not fall for any narrative, regardless. Okay, who's giving you targets, regardless regardless who you're following. Okay, if they come up with some like a news narrative why BTC has to go up, right, because of something, whatever, don't fall for it. Just do the opposite. I'm telling you guys, it works 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 it works, right? We don't need, I mean, I'm quarantined right now. Okay, only BTC. I only talk to BTC and touch BTC, smell BTC, nothing else. Nothing else, guys, nothing else. So I'm telling you guys, you just gotta zoom out, man. You gotta learn how to do TA on your own. You gotta learn how to read the chart. You gotta learn how to be calm and put your stop loss. Don't go all in. If you're leveraging, keep it low. Okay, keep it low leverage. 2.5x. Look for those big moves, 2,000 points, stuff like that. You're not gonna get it quickly, but when you get it, it's gonna be very juicy. Okay, don't try to force the trend. If the trend is saying like, I don't want to do what you're expecting, just go with the trend, okay, or just stay on the sideline. Okay, market has to move. Market has to move. There's no such thing as sideways correction. No such thing as sideways correction, right? It's just relative. Sideways correction is relative. Okay, some people are looking for a sideways correction like on a 5-minute chart. If you're looking for like a 2,000 point, you just have to wait. It means like market is not volatile enough to hit your target, but you just have to wait, right? Be patient, okay? If you've been patient like since like BTC was 10.5, you could have catch it at a caught BTC at, oh, BTC dominance at 69. That's not true. Whoa. No, that's impossible, guys. This must be a glitch. Whoa, look at it. It's at 69. This, it was like 67 not too long ago. What happened? It must be a glitch, guys. This is not good at all, guys. That's not good. That's not good for alt at all, guys. Man, that's not good at all. Okay, let's give it some time, because I don't believe like a BTC dominance is at 69 right now, because I've been calling for 72% BTC dominance forever, right? You guys, if you go watch any of my updates like over the last 3 weeks, okay, BTC dominance was like 60%. Most people don't understand what's going on. That's what I'm telling you. If you do not zoom out, guys, you're most likely going to get doomed. Okay, most likely. Take a look at this, guys. BTC dominance is going to be skyrocketing, right? So take a look at that. That's a beautiful 3-way move. And I told you this is what, 1, 2. You could say, okay, we still got another wave to the upside, another drop back down, and another truncated 5th wave. That's what I'm expecting, at least for the short term for BTC. Right? And I explained to you guys a few weeks back why we got another move to the upside. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you go tell me, you go show me any analyst right there who told you like BTC dominance is going to be spiking back up above 70 to 100, right? And we talked about it when BTC was 61. Okay, dominance was 61. So it is quite amazing, right? Quite amazing. So we can either make a small truncated wave for the wave number 3. That's also possible. And we're just going to hit like a roughly 72 to 74, and then we're going to spike down for the wave number 4, and then get our truncated also wave number 5, right? So alt going to be suffering for a while, guys. Let's see. Oh, market is red, man. Good gosh, look at this. That's, whoa, I don't see no green. Yep, Ether is 129. Let's check Litecoin, okay? As I showed you Litecoin multiple times, when Litecoin was dropping, I told you this is not bullish. And I said like Litecoin gonna double bottom, and we got a possibility of even dropping all the way down to like a $10 to $7. But don't wait for it, okay? Those targets are pretty much extreme targets. So you want to buy it before we hit those targets. But would be buying like Litecoin below $20, especially 18 to 17. I explained to you guys why 18 to $17 is very, very important. That's the moon boy scale. Let's go to the log scale. So you can see like Litecoin bottomed right at 0.618. You see 0.618, guys. Most people don't pay attention, right? So 0.786 for Litecoin going to be just about $7, right? But I'm saying like do not wait for $7. $18, start accumulating every other dollars, okay? 18, 15, every other 18, 16, 14, blah blah blah, right? Because the next big move for Litecoin gonna be could come very shortly, right? Could come very shortly. So, but we talked about it when Litecoin was 150, and not just like because BTC is selling off, right? Oh, now they say we want to see 6K again. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. You're gonna see 12K. Tell them Send Crypto saying we're gonna go back to 12K. Guys. So BTC dominance also looking great. Let's see, 170 billion, right? You see, like when I was calling for like BTC dominance to retest like 125, it was a long time ago, guys. So I was talking to somebody in the group also. His name is John Lecture, and we talked like about 3 weeks ago, and he was showing me the BTC dominance, and I was telling him, man, pay attention to 125 BTC dominance, right? And you take a look at that, so 100 EMA on our 21-day chart. That's what I was looking for. We hit it on the dot, guys. We got so many strategies. We got so much like our toolbox is full of information, and we can basically switch strategy whenever we want, right? And look for a possible move for the market, right? So let's take a look at alt, the total 2. It is a live stream, guys. We just chat, we just talk about anything. I don't have any special topic. The special topic we already talked about it, like when BTC, even when BTC started dropping, guys. That's when I was telling you, I wasn't expecting the drop to be today. I was expecting it like next week, Sunday or so. So let's see the total 2. Total 2. Let's do this total 2. Okay, total 2 just about 50 billion. So the total 2, we got a support with double bottom, but does it mean like we're gonna be going to the moon? I don't think so. I don't think we're going to the moon, right? So total 2 most likely going to spike down, right? You can see it, right? Total 2 is where's your total 2, guys? Exactly at 236. Exactly at 236, right? Cannot close below 236, but we're receiving 236 as a support, right? So what can you expect for the macro scale, guys? Next area going to be where? Almost like a 11 to a 10 billion. That's a lot, guys. That's another like a 80% drop. And why could we could drop to 80%? We can basically experience an 80% drop if BTC gonna be dropping 60%, right? Because if we're gonna if we expecting BTC to drop from almost 7K down to like a 3K, right? That's a lot, right? So that's over what, over 50%, right? Alt can drop over 60-70%, right? So the total market cap for alt could drop all the way down within this range. So just be cautious. A double bottom doesn't mean always a reversal. If you don't understand what's going on, you're gonna call it a double bottom, but we already got the double bottom. We just did not completely retest the bottom right there, just about like a 50 billion. The bottom right there, closing basis, right? If you take a look at it based on closing, we double bottom long time ago. Okay, we double bottom. We bottom at a December 2018, and we retested it like December 2019. Okay, so based on closing, this one did not close below it, but you can see we spiked below it, and we're most likely gonna spike below it again. So don't fall for this nonsense. People drawing lines and telling you, oh, look at this, we're about to get a this is a descending triangle. I don't know what's wrong with people, but this is a descending triangle. Regardless how you look at it, a descending triangle, 80% out of time, it's gonna break to the downside. I'm just throwing 80%, right? But just to scare you guys, but 80% not to scare you, but you know what I mean, right? 80% out of time, right? I have to verify it, right? But it is a big percentage, right? We're gonna be dropping, you're gonna be dropping, so but I don't expect us to make a one-to-one extension. You're not going to be able to see it, right? It's going to say you're going to 0, right? So that's when you use your extension tool, swing high, swing low, swing low again. Okay, that's almost like 7 billion if you take a look at it in one, if you want to look at it as one-to-one extension, right? But are we going to be dropping straight down to like a 7 billion? I don't think so. Okay, we can drop down, go back, pump in this range, or even break it and then drop back down, stuff like that, in a three-way move correction. So stuff like that, right? So this could basically pump alt after the next drop. It could pump alt very, very, very strongly. So so be cautious, okay? Don't be too bearish. I mean, it's bearish, but after we drop down, don't be too bearish, right? Oh my gosh. So so that's a 21-day chart. Once again, we want to keep this structure for the bullish pattern. We do not want to make this structure for the, that's very bearish. That's a descending triangle. You know, every single descending triangle BC made kind of like broke to the downside. We got one right there, right? And we got another one right there. We got this one right there. Okay, so we did capitulate down, and we made another one right there also, right? Smaller one. Okay, kind of like it, right? You can call it. I'm horrible with lines, right? So we also broke to the downside. Now we're making a bigger descending triangle. So we don't want to make this one. Okay, I would like to see this one. Okay, would like to see this one, and it means for us to make this bullish pattern, we can do this and then do that. Okay, so $62.80, not dropping fast. Come on, BTC, dump. We can see a 50% pullback, right? Let's see. A 50% drop gonna take us down to like a 28, right? Which is quite just about like what we talked about, right? 31 to 32 to 28. But I don't expect it to drop in one day, right? Yes, don't use your arrow. Okay, if you use your arrows, it's gonna show you like it's gonna go to 0, right? So what you need to do is just use your extension tool. For instance, if you draw your triangle like this, right? This is your triangle, right? And you're looking for this height, right? You try to do this, it's gonna go to 0. So what you need to do, take your extension tool, go just by this area, I think right there, right? The second one, and no, the third one, right? So look for your trend-based, okay, trend-based fib extension, right? Click on it. Now you gotta click the top, click the bottom. It doesn't matter where you click on this line, right? Click the bottom, and then click the bottom again somewhere, you know, right around the bottom, right? And then you're gonna see your one-to-one extension gonna be right there. Okay, so but if you try to do it, you try to use your line and all that nonsense, right? It's gonna go to 0. Okay, just like what he generally said about XRP going to 0, right? You guys remember? So you cannot use it like you know, on the macro scale. You can use the lines, right? The arrows, whatever. Maybe like a trading view gotta be able to give us a log scale lines, right? Because this one doesn't have any log scale, the trend line. So they gotta give us a log scale trend line, right? Otherwise we're gonna get doomed. yes, it could be exchanges try to liquidate, but the chart is bearish, so it's not. It doesn't matter what the exchanges are going to be doing. All right, the chart is bearish, so you just basically making the same structure, because you cannot see it because you're zooming in too much. Okay, when you do this, okay, like you take a look at it on the hourly, it's going to be very bullish for you. Okay, you're gonna be like, oh man, we've been making all these moves, right? But if you zoom out, you look for your daily and higher, you're not going to see anything bullish. All you see is like a V-shaped return. That's all you see, and you know this is not sustainable. Why? What do you think? We're going to go back to 10K and do this and give you another give you what, another head and shoulder, right? Don't fall for that, man. Okay, don't fall for that. So it is just repeating the same structure. Every single drop basically face the 21 EMA on the daily. We always, okay, most of the time, okay, get rejected by the 21 EMA. Okay, so you can see why we're not going to get rejected by the 21 EMA, right? You can see right there. Okay, we got one rejected. So what do you expect? Another rejection, right? And we can get this move and either make this one or make this one drop and make this one, right? So, but we're going to talk about it as we get more data. We're going to know which one we're going to make, right? Because we can just make this one. We might not even drop down to 31. We might just retest like a 37, right? 38, and then pump all the way back up. Okay, pump all the way back up, then go all the way down to like a 1,000. So that way we're just gonna get this three-way move pullback. This one, and this one. It's not gonna be overextended, right? I'm expecting an overextended C wave, right? Not overextended, but normal C wave like this, right? That's what I'm expecting. So we got A, B, C, and then we pump to the upside with another X, right? And then we get this Y correction on the macro scale, right? So. Hey, what's up, John E. Banks? Man, I don't know how you become I don't know how you got this Hey, what's up, LHHOH? So best thing to do, guys, just have your stop loss ready. If you're already short at the top, just still have your stop loss. Don't trust BTC, guys, regardless of what Send Crypto says. Don't trust it. Market going on your way, don't sleep on it. Put your stop loss, go to sleep, right? Don't just go to sleep expecting like, oh, you don't want your stop loss to get hit and then keep dropping and all that nonsense. Still put your stop loss, go to sleep, and let the market do the work, right? So hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Tactical? Oh, it's a public it's a public live stream, all right? So hey, Tactical. It's not private, it's a public stream. Yeah, we went for a private live stream yesterday for like 3 hours, right? So you guys know what we have been expecting, and like I told you, you know, we're not going to be we're not going to be looking to So 62.42 hourly. Basically this time we're getting the crossover, so let's see if BC gonna be able to make another double bottom formation just like the one we got right there. This one we got the crossover, but we could not, you know, face more sell-off, right? And previously, like a couple of days ago, when we got this sell-off, right, in my premium group, we said be cautious, right? Because don't get too excited, because we got this sell-off, but we can make another 3-wave. I just didn't know the degree of this 3-wave, right? Because we got multiple one. We got this one, right? And you're thinking like that's the original 3-wave, but it made a bigger one. It made this one 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you know, I recognize it, so I was like, okay, that's good. And if we drop down, we make this flag, and you know it's gonna drop, guys. So you know it's gonna drop. Oh, great tactical. I'm glad you're liking your short, man. Just have your stop loss, okay? Make sure to put your stop loss. Hey Fabi, I don't do time analysis. I just do, like, you know, price analysis, okay, and moving averages and stuff like that. But really, you know, we can just like estimate, okay. It could take like over 2 years, guys. Like I said, the bear market could last for another 2 to 4 years, guys. You know, if you're not ready mentally, you're gonna be you know, you're gonna get wiped out, right? You're gonna get wiped out, right? You're not gonna be able to buy BTC at $1,000, right? So I don't think 1 year, man. Like, don't fall for that 1 year. Okay, they already been telling you we're gonna go to the moon for the last 9 months. Can you imagine, right? 9 months. BC is bullish. BC is going to 100K, the halving, and all that nonsense. I was telling you, BC going to get cut half. Okay, before or after the halving. All right, so we got cut like almost 75%. Right, so it seems very stupid, like when you take a look at the chart and you're telling somebody like, oh, we are very, very bullish. Take a look at this. How can you call this bullish, guys? 9 months, guys. Every single, whenever the 3-month chart closes, right, you're gonna be, oh, we bullish, right? That's just, you know, it's been like over what, since like 20K, we only got like one good, like a bullish candle, okay, on the 3-month chart. Only one. Okay, so how are you gonna call that bull market? Okay, over like almost like 18 months, over like, no, more than 18, right? That's almost 9, that's 18 plus 9, what, 18, 20, 27, right? 3 times 9, 27. Over 27 months, right? You only got one bullish quarterly candle, okay, engulfing, and you're calling yourself like we're in a bull market. It doesn't make any sense, right? If you zoom out, right? So use your brain, guys. Don't get brainwashed, right? So use your brain, okay? Don't buy anything, okay? They tell you. And as soon as we drop down to 3K, they're gonna tell you we're going to 1K. Don't buy that neither. We're going to the upside, right? Don't buy that. I mean, I think I added you as a moderator by mistake. I don't know. Maybe I was trying to block you. Charlie Banks. I don't know. I always see you as a moderator, but for some reason, I don't know how you ended up being a moderator. Yes. Yeah, we can definitely hit 12K though before. I don't know when, but we're gonna, you know, I don't want to get too excited. But let's just focus on the drop first. Okay, let's see if BTC gonna make a descending triangle or it's gonna make a falling wedge. That's my only concern, right? That's my only concern is like, are we going to make a descending triangle, or are we gonna make a because if we get a support at 3100, okay, we're gonna make a descending triangle. We're most likely not gonna break this area. But if you make a falling wedge, we got a very good chance, right? We got a very good chance. We got a very good chance of basically breaking this area. Okay, we got a very good chance of breaking it, and then close all the gaps, and then before getting this doom boy. Okay, doom boy analysis again. So it all depends. Okay, you know, I'm looking for very low numbers, but the way we're gonna get it, it's gonna define our strategy basically, right? But we know we're gonna drop. Okay, that's the thing. But we just have to basically be very cautious what type of number we want to get. Okay, we want to get low numbers, but we have to be careful. Okay, we just have to be careful, right? Be careful what you wish for. What you wish for. Okay. And on the 21 days chart, I showed you multiple times, right? I showed you when we got this tweezer. Okay, I told you be careful, guys. Like, take a look at this tweezer we got. Take a look at it, guys. It's never been so bullish for BTC, right? So you can see it, you know. So we basically got multiple tweezer, and we said, you know, it's never been a good idea to be bullish whenever you get this 21 days chart, like you know, 3 weeks of selling pressure, and you want to be bullish. That's very strong signal, like we're most likely going to be facing big sell-offs, right? So it basically come from our analysis, and we call for all these numbers, right? So make sure to join our public Telegram group. If you want to upgrade to my premium group, make sure to send me a message. Upgrade to my premium group for this daily analysis, price target, entry, exit, stop loss, and stuff like that, right? So if you're shorting, your short is looking great right now. And we haven't even started dropping yet. Look at this guy. 15 minutes wants to reverse, right? So 15 minutes wants to basically give you a small pullback, stuff like that, right? So be cautious, okay? It's just gonna be noise. Just send me a message, Buzz. Send me a message, okay? So we can talk about it, right? So, but I mostly take I only take BTC, right? So, not because I don't like XRP, but I cannot, like, if I take XRP, somebody gonna come up and say, oh, can I pay with Ethereum? Another doom boy gonna come and say, can I pay with Z Classic? Stuff like that. So, you know, so just to standardize it, just use the real king. Guys, I'm not saying XRP is not a king, right? I'm just saying the real king. You guys remember Z Classic, right? I got burned with Z Classic, man. Like back in 2018, I was a moon boy. Okay, you guys remember when Z Classic was supposed to come up with a Bitcoin private, and the Z Classic pump, I think like $20, something like that, all the way up like to almost $1,000, guys. So I was like, man, if you buy some Z Classic, you're gonna get I think 2-to-1 or 1-to-1. That was a rumor, right? And I bought some Z Classic very, very high, guys. So after the fork, Z Classic dumped all the way down to, man, I think it's Z Classic, right? It's Z Classic, right? Yeah, Z Classic, yeah. Dumped all the way down to like a dollar or something like that, 18 cents, man. That was so bad. So if you don't learn from those like pumps and dumps back in 2018, you're never gonna learn. Okay, you're never gonna learn. Okay, and did you learn about Zebi? You remember, guys, Zebi also, when like all the moon boys been calling for all those like you know, I think Zombie, Crypto Love, who else again? Those moon boys, all those moon boys, okay, been calling for Zebi gonna be the next Ethereum of India. Man, people went and bought Zebi and got burned again, right? I don't even know where is Zebi now, right? So be careful, man. Be careful. I learned the hard way. And Data Dash, okay, Data Dash was also calling for Zebi gonna be the, Crypto Lark, and all of them was calling for Zebi gonna be the next big thing and all that nonsense, right? So got people burned, right? So be careful, man. And Superman, yep, all of them, man. So be cautious in this market, and do your own due diligence. Do not fall for that do not fall for that nonsense. Do not fall for any nonsense either, right? So you don't fall for any nonsense. Can I pay with Dogecoin? Yes, you can. I mean, I'm not laughing Dogecoin, but that's what I was trying to say. Like, people are gonna come up and say, "Can I pay with Z Classic? Can I pay with Dogecoin? Can I pay with MonaCoin?" No sound. Can I pay with BitConnect? Yes, I take BitConnect. BitConnect. Let's just keep it to BTC, so it's gonna be easy, guys. So it's easier for all of us, so we just standardize everything. Because the thing is, if BTC is $1,000, right, you still pay what, 0.15 BTC, right? So it's not like I'm changing it when BTC goes to $1,000 and be like, oh guys, now let's pay up 1 BTC, stuff like that, right? So which is pretty fair. Okay, it's fair for you and fair for me, right? So if you couldn't afford it, like when BTC was at 10K, right? Now you can afford it. You can just take fiat, buy BTC, and pay with your 0.15, 0.16 BTC, right? Your yearly fee, right? Stuff like that, right? Or your quota, whatever you want to do, right? So I know most of you Doom boys gonna be waiting until BTC drop to 3K and you'll be like, oops, I'm gonna join Send Crypto now. So, but it's gonna be too quick. So it might be a small spike, and then you're gonna end up joining in when BTC is like at 12K. So you better join now when BTC is cheap. So, oh, you can pay with Hex too, right? You can pay with Hex. Oh gosh, 45 minutes is selling off. Let me take a look at my MACD and RSI. Haven't been focused on the these indicators recently. Okay, 45 minutes is oversold, but we're on a downtrend. So on an uptrend, when the trend is strong, yes, whenever your excuse me, whenever your 45 minutes is oversold, that's a good a good buy. So if you like looking for if you're bullish, that would be a good opportunity for you to buy. But I'm not going to be bullish with this descending triangle pattern top formation we've been making like over the last 4 days, right? So that's pretty bearish. Similar structure, just showed you right there. Okay, just showed you right before the drop. That's what we were saying, right? So hey, what's up, Rob? Hey guys, make sure to share, like, join the public Telegram group if you want to change, exchange ideas and know what's going on with the market. And we got a lot of traders out there, so exchanging ideas, right? So, and we got a great premium group also. We don't, it's none of that nonsense. Everybody respect each other's. We share ideas, and we basically it's pretty much very different, and I can feel it, like most people are basically enjoying it, because it's none of that nonsense, like people disrespecting others' ideas and all that good stuff, right? So most people get wrecked anyway, right? So most people are going to tell you, I'm not going to pay you 0.01 BTC, but I'm going to pay by bit, and the Moon Boys 30% of my liquidation, right? So you see what I'm saying? So 0.01 BTC is pretty cheap, guys, a month. It's not much, like to be worried about, right? So it's extremely cheap. Many analysts, they're gonna charge you like 0.1 BTC a month, okay? Not 0.1 BTC a year, okay, but 0.1 BTC a month, right? And you don't get like the same type of analysis you get from from Cent Crypto, giving you like a macro scale, where you're gonna be sitting tight, relax, and wait for those big moves, right? Stuff like that. So yeah, it is moving slow now, so let's take a look at NEO, because NEO give us a very good setup for BTC to drop. Okay, you can see NEO USD. Okay, NEO, long time ago, NEO told us, basically showed us like we're gonna be capitulating. So if you basically follow this alt and know how to trade them and use them as a good indicator, you could see like a NEO is also looking to capitulate again. So it means basically most likely, okay, going to be dropping, right? So going to be dropping, because alt cannot drop without BTC without BTC basically looking to drop. So on the 12-hour time frame, also NEO could double bottom. So we could look for this divergence, look for a possible retest of the low or slightly break it, right? And then we could look for this reversal. And at the same time, okay, MACD probably not going to make a new low. So on the 12-hour, and it is the same for BTC also, right? It is the same strategy for BTC. That's what we talked about. So if we're going to be dropping within this range, we want to pay attention to our MACD for a possible reversal. Okay, if the MACD 12-hour give us a double bottom, it is most likely we're going to make a low, okay, new low. If the MACD going to retest this low, we're most likely going to make a new low. But sometimes we can drop without MACD dropping heavily, okay? because if the drop is slow, MACD might not drop that bad. Okay, it might make this move. Your MACD might make a make this move, but your price action might make a double bottom or slightly lower. Okay, so like this. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, like anything below 3100 could be a good buy. Okay, hey, what's up, Philip? Yes, I mean, yeah, I know most people, if like, let's say if I don't like XRP, right, and most XRP moon boy is gonna be like, man, Sin Crypto is crazy, all right? So I understand what you're saying, right? But luckily I like XRP, right? But not just because XRP, because of the XRP army, right? So I don't hate any coins. I'm in it for the money, okay? Like most of you guys, right? It doesn't matter what you like. You like that coin because you're expecting that coin to go up. That's all, right? Most of you trying to be billionaires, right? So not even millionaires, but billionaires, right? So that's why you guys looking for BC to hit like $1 million, right? So hey, what's up, Dr. Feltnatch? What's up, Reese? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Reese's Cup. I mean, 88 basically hit my ultimate low, penny and a half, like a 0.0147. So let's see if we're gonna retest that low, okay? But all these targets, guys, I was expecting these targets like back in 2018, right? So August 2018, that's when I set up these targets. But sometimes you just become you face so many noise, so you just forget about your your big target, and you're not going to be able to wait enough, right? But I think like anything below 2 cents for 88 all the way down to 1 cent, it is accumulative, right? Because it is going to be very close to the temporary bottom, and you could get a nice 5x to 3 to 5x return, right? If you're just patient now, gotta be patient, right? Yes, I don't know. You're gonna be buying $1,200 worth of BTC with your check. So you better make a baby now so you can get another $500, right? So, or get married before you get the check, right? So you get $2,400. Get married and have a baby within the next 2 weeks. So so you buy a half a BTC, right? Or whole BTC. BTC might be at 2,400 and you buy a whole BTC. Let's take a look at 88. Whoa. 88, interestingly, retested like on the log scale, retested these lines are not basically randoms, okay? 1.27, 1.41. If you follow us, right, been following us, right, 1.27, 1.41. Whenever you get a sideways correction, accumulation, blah blah blah, if you capitulate, you're going to look for 1.27 to 1.41. Sometimes it can dip all the way down to 0.618, but if you can catch it just about like 1.27 to 1.41, it is going to be a good buy. And we already hit 1.27, so it is not something new, okay? It is not something new we're talking about. So it is something very it is like something we've been talking about for a very long time, right? So So next area to look for ADA is like 0.015, okay, roughly 0.15, and all the way down to 0.011, which is 1.618. Okay, quite interestingly, if you can check it on BTC also, right? On BTC, you can see the structure we got. Right there, okay. The structure we got right there, from swing high to swing low, from 14K to 6K. You can see we basically retested all the way down to 0.618. That alone, guys, was a we already talked about all this good stuff, right? But we were expecting, like, you know, just by this area of 5K to like 42 area, okay. So you can see 1.27. That's also another way of analyzing the market, which also confirmed, like, you know, our analysis of why BTC was gonna drop. So yes, I mean, if BTC gonna drop to 1K, ADA gonna get doomed, right? But what I'm saying is the 1K BTC, we might not get it this drop. That's what I'm saying, right? I'm expecting it, right? But we might not get it. Okay, we might not get it this you know, on this sell-off. We might not. Okay, we might not get it. But if we get it, great. We're just gonna buy it cheaper, right? Let's see the volume. So we gotta drop before Sunday. I mean Monday, something like that. Otherwise, it's not gonna look good, because the bulls could come back. Okay, we gotta drop with a better volume. Okay, not good volume, but with a better volume. Otherwise, the bulls could come back on Monday, and then they're gonna try to break this area of 69, right? So that's why you still have to put a stop loss. If you're satisfied with your profits, take it. Take half for the stop loss, right? If you're satisfied, okay. You just don't have to wait for forever, right? Some people cannot wait forever. But if you're patient enough, it seems like we could be dropping, right? Lower. If not, you take 50% of your position, right? Close 50% of the position, and basically just let the market do the work, and then you go to party, right? I mean, you can go anywhere anyway, right? You are self-quarantine. Because we still, okay, depending how you draw it, we still haven't broke this line. Okay, if you want to use this one, yes, you can say, oh, we broke it, right? So yes, thanks a lot. Okay, so don't be too bearish. If you've been bullish like over the last 9 months, since like 14K, you believe like we're in a bull market, it's not time to turn bearish after 9 months. You're supposed to turn bearish the very first week or the very first month at least, right? Not wait for like, 30 weeks to be bearish, stuff like that, right? So it's not time, right? It's not time to be bearish. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. The monthly chart spike up, right? But the 3-month chart did not spike up. You see what I'm saying? I was showing you the difference. Okay, the 3-month chart is dominant trend. Okay, it's a dominant trend, right? We're still making a descending pattern on the volume. Still, even though all that volume we got on the monthly. Okay, if I switch it back to the monthly, right, you can see we broke the structure, right? We broke the structure. So that's the divergence, right? What is a divergence? It means like maybe price is doing this, and then basically your indicator is doing this, right? So opposite direction. But same thing on your 3 month and your monthly, you got a divergence, right? Take a look at your 3 month. We still got this low highs, right, on the volume. But take a look at your monthly. Whoops, we broke it. So what does it mean, right? What does it mean? We gotta get a higher volume on the 3 month chart, and we could get it next month, next quarter. Okay, next quarter we could get a very, very big volume, right? And that big volume could give us the spike we're looking for to the upside, probably. Okay, or maybe like next quarter or the quarter after that, right? But we could also move sideways for like a 6 month, right? The next 2 quarters or 3 quarters, right? We could move sideways, and next year we get the spike, right? Like December 20, let's say December 2020, okay? January, we can get the big spike and start a nice uptrend. So you just got to be very, very cautious and not go with the with the flow of 5% up, you be bullish, 10% down, and then you be bearish, stuff like that. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. Be cautious out there. Be cautious out there, and don't get wrecked. Put your stop loss and accumulate, right? Accumulate. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.